Have you ever watched your entire town get blown away? Me neither. Well, kind of, but... So, this is the tornado that came through my hometown. So I was in middle school at the time. It was just a really early morning. And I woke up to go to school, get ready. But before I do, I got my phone out because I was like, man, I really don't want to go to school. Maybe there's some good news that says school got canceled or something. So I just am like, okay, let's open up my phone. I open up Instagram, and all I see is all my friends posting pictures of like their house that got torn apart, a bunch of pictures of like our town that got torn apart, and I'm sitting here like, I was half asleep. I didn't think any of it was real for the first like 10 minutes until my mom called me and was like, yeah, so there's no school. I was like, wait, is it because tornado? It's like, yeah. Oh, so it was real. And the quick specific of the tornado, it was an EF4, so you know, big boy, big diameter. It made it where entire neighborhoods were casually ripped apart. You know how it is. You know, a lot of people flying through the air, you know, everyone's just flying. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a person. After that day, it would take 4 whole years to rebuild the high school, which I haven't started going to yet, but it would take 4 whole years to rebuild that entire school. When I did start going to school, we were doing our classes in something called modulars, which are like trailers, but a little bit bigger and have entire like multiple classrooms inside of them, including a bathroom. Our school didn't have the craziest big campus, and also half of it was covered in debris. So they couldn't fit every year into this one campus. So they set up modulars in another school's campus on their parking lot, which then is where all the 9th graders did. All the 9th graders got segregated from everyone else. And honestly, good thing they did that, because that 9th grade campus that we had, because we would have to take buses back and forth, people were destroying everything on the 9th grade campus. There was holes everywhere. I'm not joking, someone literally stole a toilet. That was crazy. So that was pretty much my entire freshman year, was just in a bunch of big trailers as everyone's destroying it, stealing stuff, and putting holes everywhere. Because freshman. On to my next year, my sophomore year. We're all still in modulars, but hey, I finally get to be on the main campus. And the crazy part about it is it looked like no progress was really made at all. So like, they finally did knock down this one building, which people were saying it was like an old library or something, and it was next to that old gym that was still standing. Yeah, so hey guys, I kind of forgot to talk about which buildings were still standing, which was the gym, which was just this old gym, a stadium, our football stadium, along with what we were calling at the time the 9th grade building, were the only buildings left. I completely forgot to tell. But pretty much, it was supposed to be some old library. They knocked it down, dug a ton of area out underneath to build a new thing, and they finally built something there my sophomore year. And it was just another gym, so now we have 2 gyms. I don't know why they built another gym, but yeah, they did that, and it had a ton of stuff in it as well, though. So I mean, I guess, but you know, I don't think we needed it. That was just the entire sophomore year. Nothing really interesting. Still, entire high school completely destroyed. Happens, I guess. Fast forward now to my junior year of high school. Finally started progress on the main building. But it was like, I mean, not too much progress was made until we went on a break. I believe it was Christmas break, because we had 2 weeks off for Christmas. They finally tore down the entire main building. Like, I went by like one other time and saw just a complete blank slate there. Nothing there where the main building was. It was crazy. And they started like digging into the grounds. They decided the new building needed to have a tornado shelter in the basement. So they made a big basement to have a big tornado shelter now. Not much to really say about the rest of my junior year though, except they were pouring concrete and doing steel beams, trying to work on that main building. But the thing is, they said, oh yeah, we'll have this new school completely built for my senior year. And I'm staring at it like, you guys just started building this entire giant main building. How are you good? I did not believe that they would be able to finish it within their deadline. Because if they can't finish it before my senior year, the construction company then has to pay for another entire year for the modulars we were using. And I'm sitting there looking at their progress like, there's no way they can finish it. Fast forward just a little bit, just like a month or two. Yeah, like 2 months. It was the summer before that senior year. People always ask me every year to go in a marching band because I was in the top band in either first or second chair. If you don't know how first or second chair works in band, look it up. So I decided, you know what, for my last year, let's just actually do marching band. So I decided to do it. Practice begins in July, the month before school starts again. Monday through Friday, where you have to practice 12 hours a day to learn how to march and learn the show. Every day of that 2 weeks, so much progress was happening on the main building because the main building was facing the street that we were doing all of our like practice on. So it's like every time I drove by it, more and more progress was being made. It was crazy. But at the same time, everyone's out of school for summer break, so you don't have to worry about kids getting injured while you're trying to do construction. So I guess it can go by a little faster sometimes, so you know. So then I started my senior year, and the school was actually completely finished. Kind of. It was very big, and they quote unquote finished everything. And why I say, you know, quote unquote, is because a lot of stuff like the AC, the alarms, the internet did not exactly work too well. The AC, I mean, it was hot at the time because we just got out of summer, so it sucked being inside that building, so the AC didn't work too well. And the internet was barely working half the time, so I spent the first couple weeks basically not having to do much because basically none of the actual technologies in the school worked. But then they finally did finish setting it all up, and then I had like a semi-normal last year of high school until I, you know, just graduated. But that's the story of how my entire town kind of just got destroyed. My entire high school got demolished, but hey, they slowly fixed it up and somehow built the entire main building in a year. But I guess if you have a time crunch, you can do it. So yeah.